Good afternoon, everyone. Coming to you live from the beautiful Georgia College West Campus at John Kurtz Field here. It is time once again for Georgia College baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Assistant Athletic Director Al Weston set to bring you today's action. Should have a good one for you. Peach Belt Conference play, and two of the top three teams in the league going head-to-head here as the Bobcats invite Flagler College for the beginning of a three-game set. The Flagler College Saints out of St. Augustine, Florida, 28-12 on the season, 15-6 in the Peach Belt Conference. That is tied for third place. For Georgia College, the number 13 team in the nation, 27-8 overall and 19-2 in Peach Belt Conference play. That is tops in the conference. I got a two-game lead right now in the loss column over Columbus State. So key positioning here for region play as well as the Peach Belt Conference seeding and potential of pulling off a Peach Belt Conference title. Hopes are of that for Georgia College. They got to get some wins this weekend. Starting lineups for the squads here today for Flagler, who will take to the plate first, of course. That is Ethan Kraut, the second baseman, to lead off. Dylan Reed, the right fielder, bats second. Batting third will be Frankie Martello, the third baseman. Jason Moore, the catcher, is in the cleanup spot. Aaron Anderson, the first baseman, bats fifth. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Sean Lawler. Then the designated hitter, Jimmy Peck. In the eighth slot is the shortstop, Stephen DePuglia. And then Nicholas Daig, the center fielder, bats after him. Brian Ashworth will be the pitcher for the Saints. For Georgia College, it's Charlie Hecht, the Friday night guy all season long, as he delivers the first pitch on the outside black for a strike. Hecht making his 11th appearance of the season, all starts. He's got one complete game. 8-0 the record, a 1.46 ERA, 67 and 2/3 innings pitched, as this one is flared to left by Kraut, and it is grabbed by the left fielder, Brendan Holler, there for out number one. Finish off those numbers, 44 hits against him, 11 runs is all. All of them earned 17 walks, to 83 strikeouts. That's right, 83 strikeouts in 67 and 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting just 185 against Charlie Hecht. Second batter is Dylan Reed. He's hitting .350 on the season, 37 runs scored, 55 hits, a trio of home runs, and 25 driven in. Another lefty batter to take on Charlie Hecht here. The first two hitters have hit from the left side of the plate. Crowding the plate a little bit is Reed, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Quick 2-0 count here to the Flagler right fielder. Kraut, that leadoff hitter, number 8 in the conference in batting average and 5th in stolen bases. As there's a strike taken by Reed, 2-1. Got two standouts really offensively for Flagler. It seems like the bats are a little bit better than the arms for the Saints this year. That's off the edge of the plate. But the cleanup hitter, Jason Moore, is an impressive one. Leads the conference in RBI. He's 7th in home runs as well. The Saints hit it at 307 clip. Their ERA is 409 as that one's fouled back. Bobcats hit it at 365, and the ERA is 417 as a team. So pretty evenly matched squads here. With the Saints, it appears as though they're taking a more of a professional-style approach to their pitching staff, as a lot of their best arms come out of the bullpen. You'll see they got two guys that are relievers and qualified in the top 10 in ERA in the Peach Belt Conference. So I'm sure we'll see those guys early in these ball games as this gets chopped to second, hops up nicely for Schmall, and he sends it over to first base. 2 up, 2 down. So we're looking for these relievers to come in. Ethan Jones is one of the best in the Peach Belt Conference, as well as Nick Martinez has some solid numbers too. We may see some of these fellas today. Louis Puglisi will do some starts for them and have a 3.35 ERA. We'll probably see him tomorrow. Again, a little bit of adjustment to the schedule this weekend for Georgia College. Was supposed to be a game a day, your typical Peach Belt Conference series, but got some rain coming in on Sunday, so we're going to do doubleheader action tomorrow and bump up the time as well. Going to be a 1 p.m. start in tomorrow's action. If you have not seen the posts on the Georgia College website, strike call there. This is Martello. He's got an 0-2 count. Better tell you about him before he retires here. A 321 batting average, 29 runs scored, 3 home runs, 24 driven in. High chopper to third. Green has to wait for it to come down. Strong arm across. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Not by much. Took a good stretch from Miller and a strong arm from Green to finish out the top of the first. 1, 2, 3. Hecht gets the Saints in the top half. And now let's move to the bottom half. We'll do the starting laps. We'll stay right here for Georgia College. Cal Gentry, the shortstop, to lead off, followed by the first baseman, Matthew Miller. Wesley Womack, the designated hitter, hits third, and Logan Maddox, the center fielder, in the cleanup spot. Nate Schmall will play second base and bat fifth, the leader in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average this season, as he's on top of his teammate. He's got a .452 batting average, and Garrett Green is hitting .449. Brandon Purcell, the catcher, will bat sixth. The seven hitter is Brant Stallings, the right fielder. Garrett Green, the third baseman, will hit eighth, and the ninth slot belongs to Brendan Howler, who is playing left field. All these guys going to be taking on Ryan Ashworth for the Saints. Ashworth making his 11th start and appearance. He does have 3 complete games as well. A 4-5 record with a 4.16 ERA. 67 innings pitched, 70 hits against him, 38 runs, 31 of them earned, 16 walks and 44 strikeouts. So it sounds like he pitches a bit to contact there. It is Ashworth. Opponent's hitting .272 against the right-hander. Now look out for the home run here, folks, as 13 home runs given up by Ashworth on the year. That by far and away leads the Flagler squad. Now Georgia College has not hit home runs at the clip that they typically do, kind of spread the numbers around a little bit. We've got 22 home runs in 35 ball games, but there are a couple of guys that may be able to take advantage of the home run prone Ryan Ashworth. We'll see if that comes to pass here today. But Ashworth, a diminutive right-hander. Taking a look at the lineup here, they got him at 5'10" with 165, the junior from Winter Garden, Florida, and West Orange High School. Ryan Ashworth taking on Gentry, Miller, and Womack at least this inning. Again, key positioning here for Peach Belt Conference play. As we start to get down to it, folks, I think we've got 3 conference series left is all. Taking a look at the schedule next weekend, the Bobcats going to head to Augusta. And then the following weekend, it's at Columbus State. And that's it for Peach Belt Conference play for Georgia College. So we're winding down here a bit. And Georgia College, up until this point, has won every Peach Belt Conference series, including sweeps of Lander, Pembroke, Francis Marion, and Georgia Southwestern. So a great start to this Peach Belt Conference season for the Bobcats. Cal Gentry set to lead things off. Gentry hitting .306, 49 hits in 160 at-bats as he takes a strike there. 35 runs scored, 2 home runs, 24 driven in. And Gentry takes a called strike. Gentry with an open stance there in the left-hand batter's box. Big leg kick, and he takes another strike. So he's seen a pair now. Going to have to get the bat off the shoulder is the young man from Perry, Georgia. Cal, an All-American a year ago at third base as a freshman, led the Peach Belt Conference in batting average. That one bounces off the plate. And 1-2 goes the count to the Bobcat shortstop. Beautiful sunny day here at the John Kurtz Field. A little on the warm side for this displaced northerner, though. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted to center. That's Daig out there. Steps back a couple, and he'll squeeze it for out number 1. Skied that one to center field, did Gentry, and there's one down. Matthew Miller, Bobcat first baseman, will take to the plate. Didn't see him in the midweek game on Wednesday. I know he was coming late from class, and he ended up playing some defensive third base, but I don't think he got an at-bat in Wednesday's contest, a loss to Shorter. Miller hitting .371. He's got 37 runs scored, 46 hits, 4 home runs, 26 driven in. Right off the end of the bat and fouled off the catcher there behind the plate. 0-1 the count here to Matthew Miller. Miller over the course of the last 10 ball games, .325 batting average with a couple of home runs and 7 driven in. Likes it here at home, batting .406, 3 home runs, 17 RBI in John Kurtz Field. This is lifted to right center and out of here. Matthew Miller skies a fly ball to right center that just kept carrying and went up over the wall for the first run of the ball game. Miller's 5th home run of the season, and it gets the scoring started here in the bottom of the first. Opposite field, jack to right center, and you see right away Ashworth getting dinged by the long ball, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Miller up to 27 RBI on the season. That brings up Wesley Womack. Womack, .422 batter, 37 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 29 runs batted in. So the Bobcats get the scoring started here in the first, and Wesley Womack puts a charge into one to left center. It'll get down. It's cut off by the center fielder, but not before Womack can check into second base, standing up. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Bobcats. A home run and now a double for Womack. Got a runner in scoring position for Logan Maddox. Maddox on the season, .418 batting average, 59 hits, 41 runs scored. Team highs with 6 home runs and 44 RBI, both of those team highs. Logan, the all-region player a year ago, also won a Gold Glove, just the second in Georgia College baseball history. And that pitch is low and away to start him off, nips the corner for strike one. Logan from Loganville and Loganville High School loves it here at home. Logan Maddox hitting 15 field. 55 hits, 5 of his home run, 34 RBIs coming here at John Kurtz Field. One-on-one to the Bobcat center fielder. Here it comes, lifted to the right side. Might be trouble. The right coming in, Reed get to it. It one hops him. Womack had to hold up a little. Sure if that in the air or not. So back-to-back hits. Bobcats have runners on the corners with just one down. So Nate Schmall will dig in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average, .452, 42 hits, 21 runs scored. Looking for his first home run of the year. He's got 20 RBI on the season. But an RBI chance here with runners on the corners and just one out. Swung on, skied right up the silo. This is going to be the third baseman, Martello, calling everybody off. And he fades underneath that one for out number 2. So 2 down here now, and it's going to take a clutch hit off the bat of Brandon Purcell. So Purcell hitting .333 on the season here, his senior campaign, with 12 doubles among his 42 hits, 39 runs scored, 2 home runs, 32 driven in. Maddox over at first, if you're thinking about a steal, is 8 of 9 on the year. Bluff of a throw to third and a toss to first. That's an old one there. I haven't seen that one in a while. I believe they outlawed that in the big leagues. I think that's a balk now in the big leagues. But apparently it's still available in the college game. That's old school right there. Fired to the plate this time. A little bit off the outside edge, 1-0. Purcell was the DH on Tuesday. Against Shorter, gave him a little bit of rest behind the dish as Austin Holloway put on the tools of ignorance there. Another toss over to first, a little bit more zip on that one, as now they start to be a little concerned about Maddox. Probably would have been a bit better to steal an out ago to try and avoid the double play ball. think there's less of a chance of stealing here. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that's a pass ball on that one, as it just came kicked out of the glove of the catcher Moore. Not running on the play until the ball hit the dirt. That will be a pass ball on Moore. So it's now second and third with 2 down. Purcell, a 1-1 count. Looking for got a 1-1 count here with 2 down. Good speed on the base paths right now. Something the outfield will definitely play to pair. Glenville, Georgia native is Purcell, the 1-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat again and foul. Percy out in front of these last 2 pitches has missed a little bit on the awkward side. So he's got to square up Ashworth here. Just drop something out there to the outfield. Outfield is very deep, so just flip it up over the head of this infield and get these runs in. Low and away on that one in the dirt, actually saving a run on the play was Purcell. And it's Deuces Wild here at John Kurtz Field. Got a Scott McLeod Deuces Wild. Got a couple of runners on as well. Old Scott will join us tomorrow. I'll be over at softball, though, so it'll be him flying solo. Maybe Reed will help him out. I don't know. We'll see. So we got a 2-2 count here for Purcell. With 2 down. Bobcats have 1 run come across on a long fly from Miller, trying to add to it. Here we go. Swan hit well. Going to kick off the glove of the third baseman. That's hit so hard, that's got to be a hit. I mean, that might have broke a string or 2 on that third baseman's mitt. My goodness, a laser beam of a line drive. An infield single by Purcell, and it plates Womack for a 2-0 lead. So we're back to runners on the corners now with 2 down. Brant Stallings at the plate. Got to think about the steal here, as you do have your stolen base leader over at first base in Purcell. He's 11-13 on the season. Got 3 guys for the Cats with double-digit stolen bases. But the potent bat of Brant Stallings at the dish, you might not want to take the bat out of his hands here. 365 the batting average, 27 hits, and he hits that one strongly to left field. That'll one-hop the fence and kick away from Lawler. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes the second one, Purcell. The throw to the plate is in time. Got him on a tag on the hand at the dish, as I think that was, what, 7-6-3? Or 2, yeah, 7-6-2. On the put out from left field. Georgia College picks up 1 more run on the single by Stallings. And the Bobcats take a 3-0 lead. 1 in the books. Georgia College up 3-0. Be right back with more Bobcat baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, we're back to action here in the top of the second. Going to be 4, 5, 6 due up in the Flagler order. That's Moore, Anderson, and Lawler. Now, Moore, dangerous hitter here, folks. He's one of the best in the Peach Belt Conference. This is probably your Peach Belt Conference catcher of the year, as Jason Moore hitting .346 with 54 hits, 29 runs scored. He's got 13 doubles and 8 home runs among those 54 hits. Big cut and a miss for Moore there. But the 8 home runs, 52 RBI, that leads the Peach Belt Conference right now, does Jason Moore. So strong catching or hitting catcher here as he fouls that one off Purcell. And that might have hit him in the little Purcell there, I'm not sure. So he's going to take a minute, kind of walk that off. And the home plate umpire will give him a breather as well. When we come back to action, it'll be a 0-2 count for Moore, and Hecht working quickly with those first 2 pitches. Charlie, over his career, has been a fast worker, particularly without runners on base. As once he gets into a groove, he just wants that ball back as soon as possible. Most pitchers that way, of course. As that one's off the outside edge, not by a heck of a lot. Good eye there by Moore on the 0-2. The rock in the fire here from Hecht, and late on the swing, foul back and out of play. Staying alive at 1-2 is the Flagler catcher. Bobcats got 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning, picked up 5 hits already. Swung on and chopped foul down the third base line. Will kick off the fence down there a little bit. Nice little crowd here for the Bobcats already. Got some folks up on the hill. Got a couple of dogs as well. People filling in here as that one is yanked foul as well. Going to kick around down in the Bobcat bullpen. Looks like Chandler Amison giving chase down there. But a nice sunny day here at the Kurtz. Got a couple of ball players from the one of the 80s squads. They're going to be recognized at tomorrow's contest. I believe I see Hall of Famer Keith Slocum down there. But we're going to be honoring those guys tomorrow. Big cut and a miss. And Moore goes down on strikes. It's the first strikeout of the day for Hecht. And it comes against the toughest hitter in this lineup. First baseman Aaron Anderson will dig in now. .326 hitter. Solid .417 on base percentage for him. He's got 24 runs scored, 3 home runs, and 24 batted in. Another lefty batter. I believe 3 of these first 5 have been from the left side against Hecht. Anderson, the first baseman, crowding the plate from that left-hand batter's box. And here comes a 1-0. Swung on, hit well the left side. It will get through for a single. First hit of the ball game for the Flagler Saints. So a rip through the left side by Anderson gives him a base runner with 1 down. And the left fielder, Sean Lawler, will step in now. Lawler, .313, the batting average. 22 runs scored, a home run, and 5 I'm looking at the wrong columns here. 5 home runs, 30 RBI. He's got 11 doubles as well to his credit, so a couple of guys with double-digit doubles. If you're thinking about a steal for Anderson over at first base, you can forget about it. Hasn't attempted one yet this year. 1-0 pitch is skied to left center. Going to be shallow, and it's going to get down in front of Maddox. I guess we had him played a bit too deep. It was just sort of flared off the end of the bat of Lawler. And the little duck snort falls in left center there. Back-to-back hits for the Saints. And now Flagler in business here as the designated hitter, Jimmy Peck, digs in. 301 batter. 17 runs scored. He's got 28 hits, 6 home runs, and 14 RBI. So a bit of a home run threat here. The second on the team with those 6 round trippers. Deep bend at the knees, slightly open stance for him. And that first pitch poured in there for a strike by Hecht. 1 down here, top of the second. Hecht with a look at second base. Nothing happening there, and the 0-1 is right on the outside edge, 0-2. Peck disagrees on that one, shaking his head a little bit, but now he's got to battle back from a 0-2 count. Option 0-2. Hecht tries to fish for one hand batter's box. He does not. He's going to get him a new base. 1 out here, top of the second. Bobcats up by 3 and trying to hold the Saints here. Couple of back-to-back singles have put a couple of runners on as we're very early in this ball game. Hecht with a 1-2, and that's a fastball up. I think it got away from a little bit. Charlie having himself a heck of a senior season. One could say a heck of a senior season. Anyway. Marketing major, worked for us in the fall. Actually helped us promote soccer and volleyball contest. A 2-2 pitch skied to the foul area back behind us here. But yeah, Charlie was busy for us in the fall, helping promote the Georgia College sports, doing little goofy games during timeouts and things like that we have. I think probably before this year, Charlie was getting geared up to go have himself a career in that marketing degree, and the way this senior season has gone, he might be able to prolong things in baseball a bit. That came inside and hit Peck on the shoulder, so he will occupy first base now, and things are in motion for the Saints. The shortstop, Stephen DePuglia, is up now. 272 batter with 17 runs scored, 4 home runs, 23 driven in. This is the number 8 hitter in the Saint order. Bobcats up on the corners, double play depth in the middle. The tying run is now on the base paths over at first base. Another open stance for the Saints. A little bit of a wave to the bat for DePuglia. He takes a look at one outside. And Charlie seems to have lost the mark here. Still working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Double play ball would be awful nice right here. Here comes the 1-0. Right back up the middle, and it will get through. Almost caught Charlie as it went through, but 2 runs will come in to score on the play. As now it's 3-2. Bobcats' lead has been cut down to 1. RBI single for DePuglia. As Anderson and Lawler come in to score. DePuglia with the 2 runs batted in, up to 25 now here on the season. This is Daig, the center fielder. Nicholas Daig, 172 hitter with 11 hits, 15 runs scored, 2 runs batted. Nolan Belcher heads out to the hill to talk things through with Hecht. Very short conversation for Nolan in the game. As Charlie is in no danger of exiting this ball game. No one warming up, but it's also Charlie Hecht. Daig, the center fielder, with 1 out and runners on first and second. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe he drops one down here. Center fielder speed. We'll see what happens on the first delivery. Nope. Bluff of the throw to second. I think they were trying to maybe draw Daig out, see what he was going to do there, and he didn't show his hand. Either that or he did show his hand, and he's not bunting. Fire to the plate. It's off the outside edge. Put on that fastball and missed the mark. One and one to count. Runners on first and second. Now the go-ahead run is on the base path here in the second inning. Georgia College had all the momentum with a big 3-run first. Got the home run from Miller. And when the dust settled, had 3 runs on 5 hits. But Flagler stealing it right back with a 2-run inning here and maybe some more. Drops a strike in there. Fastball on the top half of the zone, pulled down nicely there by Purcell. Hecht looks in, and a 1-2 delivery. Bounces in the left-hand batter's box. Caught the chalk over there, so we're going to get a new baseball. And evens things out here at 2-2. Ooh, didn't miss by much, folks. I think that's been a strike in this at bat. But it's a 3-2 count. First and second, 1 out. Hecht trying to get himself out of a jam here. And a payoff pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped up the middle again. Schmall with it. No, it will get through on Schmall. Tying run will come in to score. Will we cut down a run at third? No, ball kicks away from Green. So the runner advances to third base on the chop and single up the middle. And Daig has now tied the ball game up at 3-3. So Peck comes in to score. The RBI for Daig is just his 3rd of the season. And we flip back to the top of the order, and Kraut. Ethan Kraut's first trip was a flare of a fly to left field. One of those here might put the Saints in front on a sac fly. Runners on the corners with 1 out. The plate, big cut and a miss there by Kraut. Stolen base attempts for Daig over at first base. He is 5 of 6 on the year. This would be a good spot to get one to try to avoid the double play. We'll see on this one delivered very late on the swing, and laces off the face in front of the cat. So Charlie way ahead on Kraut here too. Dig in. Lots of fire early here. 6 runs, and we're not at the bottom of the top. Foul there by Kraut. Got the pitch of there, but a little too close for Kraut's comfort. Kraut's comfort. At stores near you. Long look here. What will we come up with? 0-2. Another chopper up the middle. Schmall to second, on to first for 2. It is not in time, and the go-ahead run comes in. High chopper there off the clay out in front. And that left-hand batter, Kraut, with good speed, was able to just beat that throw from Gentry. Tough play to pull that off. The fielder's choice brings in the run. It's now 4-3. Flagler out in front. 2 down, though. So the Bobcats have the chance to finish off this inning if we can attack this hitter. Crowd up to 20 RBI on the season. And now the number 5 stolen base guy in the Peach Belt Conference is all alone over there at first base. Drawing a throw, that's for sure. Kraut, 5th in steals. He's got 11 of them this year in 13 tries. He does not go, and this one is flared to the left side, out of play. Batter is Reed, the right fielder. He grounded out to second baseman in his last trip. Dylan Reed. Second at bat for the number 2 hitter here in the second inning. 0-1 is laced to the left side. Will get down in front of Brendan Howler. Trying to advance to third is Kraut. He will get there. Throw goes through. And on that throw, advance into second. Alert base running there from Reed as he takes the extra bag. Not sure that Howler would have had a shot there at third. They might want to cut that one off in the future. But so moving around. Kraut's checking into third base. The single and then advance on the throw for Reed. Second and third with 2 down. Bobcats trail by a run. Here it comes. Just outside. That starts off Martello. Frankie Martello, the third baseman, grounded out to third base in the first. So he's 0 for 1. Charlie trying to get out of this second inning as this is fouled off the catcher Purcell. Bobcats have already had one meeting this inning. Nobody warming up, of course, as this is your ace on the hill. And Charlie's got to find a way out of this thing. Here comes the 1-1, sent to second base. Small stays down nicely on it. A little bit of a low throw to Miller, but it's completed over there for out number 3. So the Saints send 9 to the plate in the second inning and take things over. They pick up 4 runs. 2, 3, 4, 5 singles. Is that right? 5 singles in the innings. How about that? No errors, and they leave 2 out there. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. Georgia College now trailing for the first time in this contest, 4-3. We'll be right back with more Bobcat baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Going to be Green and Howler then the top of the order for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the second. Georgia College picking up 3 in the first. Thought they had this thing under control, and Saints came storming back with 4 runs in the second. Say the Saints came marching in the second. 4 of them did anyway. Making myself laugh today at least. Garrett Green at the plate. Bobcat third baseman. having a great junior season. Second in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average of .449. 57 hits, 29 runs scored, and 21 driven in. Skies went to the right side, though, and this looks like Reed coming in on this one. He will get underneath it for out number one. So Green dropping the back shoulder a little bit there. One down, and Brendan Holler steps up to the plate. Left-hand batter from Gilroy, California. As Holler gets in there. Let's see what's Brendan done so far this year. .360 batting average. 18 hits, 10 runs scored, a home run, and 14 RBI for Brendan. Playing left field today. Has been the DH for the majority of the year. Reed giving you the texture breakdown on the hot dogs in the concession stand. This is something that always tickles me is the state of our hot dogs. If you're up here at Kurtz Field, make sure you get one. Let me know how it goes so I can have a laugh. That pitch is low. It's 2-1 to Brendan Holler. Oh, goodness. One down in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch off the outside edge. Holler takes a look at it. It's 3-1. Let's get a base runner here, Brendan. Get back to the top of the order. Holler part of this revolving door of sorts in that final spot between DH and outfield. Got Magic Mike Warren that's seen quite a few at-bats. Holler, and for a while it was Stallings in the mix there too. Caleb Slaughter still trying to find that final slot. This one in the dirt, swung on by Brennan, and he will be retired at first base. So that is the first strikeout of the game for Ashworth. And now it's 2 down with the bases empty for Cal Gentry. Cal's guide went out to center field in his first at-bat. And he bats here with the bases empty. Cal from Perry, Georgia. Perry High as well. Bit of a legacy. And his father played some baseball here at Georgia College. Tap foul off the edge of the bat there. Gentry in the last 10 ball games has upped his batting average a bit, .313 in the last 10. Had a little bit of trouble with the strikeout this season, more so than he did that blistering freshman year of his. 1-1 pitch. That's outside. Gentry here at home hitting a little bit better as well, .338. Bobcats 15-2 here at the friendly confines of John Kurtz Field. Big cut and a miss there from Cal. Got fooled on the pitch. Conference ball games, Gentry hitting .317, 16 RBI, 6 doubles and 3 triples in the 21 conference games. 2-2 pitch. Deuce is wild here again at John Kurtz Field, and that's tap foul. So Gentry will fight another at bat here, or another pitch at least. Big leg kick from Cal, that timing mechanism. Here it comes on a 2-2. And it comes inside and catches him. Ashworth lost the handle on that one. And he plunks Gentry with 2 down. So Gentry earns the free pass via the bruise there, and that brings up Matthew Miller. Matthew skied a fly to left center that just kept carrying up and over the wall for the first run of this ball game. A solo shot was his 27th RBI of the season. One of those here would put the Bobcats back in front. First one misses for a ball. Miller hitting .362 with runners on base. Miller extends his hit streak out to 13 straight ball games now as well. Toss over to first base and back on his belly is Gentry. Miller .325 average in the last 10 ball games with a couple of home runs and 7 driven in. Likes it here at home as well, hitting .406. Pitch taken for a strike. Matthew Miller from San Diego, California. A couple years ago when he played for us, he was from Escondido, wasn't he, Sam? I think he changed it just because we were doing that over and over again. Peach Belt ball games for Miller, .398 the batting average, 19 RBI in those 21 contests. Matthew, big, powerful right-hand bat, showed that power in his first at-bat. What will he do here? Low and away, and it's 2-1. Transfer from the University of Hawaii. Was an all-region player and all-conference as well, of course. 2 years ago for the Cats in right field. 2-1 pitch, low and away. Looked to be in that left-hand batter's box. Nice backhand snag there from Moore. Bobcats got 3 in the first, gave up 4 in the second. Trying to inch back into this thing. There goes the runner, a little hit and run. This one skied to right again. Back there a bit. Reed having some trouble with it. Battle in the sun, but he is able to squeeze it for out number 3. So, put a pretty good charge into that one, but the hit batsman doesn't come back to hurt him as the Bobcats leave him out there. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Let's head to the top of the second, top of the third. Gosh, I'm all over the place, folks. I'll shake the rust off eventually. It's the top of the third here at John Kurtz Field. We'll be right back. Back to action here in the top of the third. Got some things to tell you. Got Peach Belt Conference Championship in golf down in St. Augustine, Florida, home of the Flagler Saints. They are hosting this year. Bobcats in 6th place after day 1 at 12 over par. The team leader is University of South Carolina, Aiken. USC Aiken at 4 under. The Flagler Saints, if there's any Saint fans listening, they are tied for 4th at 10 over. Individual effort, though, listen to this, Reed. We got, everybody else, too, not just Reed. Justin Conley in 2nd place right now, 2 strokes off the lead. He's shot a 70 on the par 72 there. So he's 2 under par. Johnson Holiday from USC Aiken, who I believe is a top 5 guy in the country, fired a 68 today. So good effort from him to lead the Pacers. Always a great golf program there at USC. I think 2 national championships in their history. Big cut and a miss, and down on strikes as I pontificate on things not happening in front of your face. 1 down there as Moore, the catcher, whiffs for the 2nd time today. So we're having trouble with, it seems, just about everybody except for the best hitter in the lineup. We're really buckling down on Moore as they got him to miss twice. 2 strikeouts for Heck so far. They've both been the cleanup man, the catcher Moore. Anderson, the first baseman, had a single in his first trip. It was the first hit of the ball game, came around to score. Pulled that single through the right side. And you can see now the Bobcat right side of the infield playing a little bit deeper to perhaps get a little bit more reaction time. 1-1 to count here to Anderson. As he sends that one to right field, it will get down and off the wall for extra bases. Stallings picks it up and fires it into the cutoff man. A stand-up double for Anderson here with 1 down. So 2 hits for him now. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Lawler. A pair of hits there. 6 now for the Flagler Saints. Lawler, sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, and Boca Raton Community High. Another lefty batter. Looks like he's got some good power. A sizable guy there in the left-hand batter's box. A little bit late, and he skies this one foul up on the hill, and it does not catch a vehicle. Surprisingly, there's a few up there. A couple of trucks, everybody hanging out on their tailgates and watching some baseball on a beautiful day. A couple of dogs out there doing the whole thing. That's what college is all about right there, folks. 0-1 to count here to Lawler. Here it comes. Cut on and missed, spinning in that left-hand batter's box on the one in the dirt. Lawler singled in his first trip. He flared one out to left center that just got down in front of a Logan Maddox. Still playing him pretty deep here, though, as I guess his mark is power. 0-2. Cut on and missed on the fastball up around the eyeballs. And that's strikeout number 3 of the game for Heck. 2 down here in the 3rd. Big spot there for the strikeout. And now with 2 down in that runner on second, it's the designated hitter, Jimmy Peck. Peck got hit by a pitch, eventually came around to score an inning ago. And Peck with some great power as well. The guy's got 6 home runs on the year. Were he a Bobcat, he would be tied for the team lead. Big wave and a miss there on the first offer from Heck to Peck. Charlie comes set and brings the 0-1 in on the fist and fouled off to the fence. So Charlie way ahead here, 0-2. Got a lot of options to work with now. See what he brings to the table. Righty-righty matchup. And here comes the 0-2. Went with the slide piece there, I think. A little bit off the outside edge. Not a bad placement there. Great idea. Go with the breaking ball off the outside. Set here from Hecht in a 1-2 again. Oh, pulled back in nicely by Purcell. Oh, my goodness, the business major sold that one, didn't he? How about it? Out number 3, strikeout number 3 of the Cats. Strike out the side in the 3rd. Around a double. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd. Womack, Maddox, and Schmall. That's 3, 4, 5 coming up. We'll be right back. right, folks, we're back to action here. Bottom half of the third here at John Kurtz Field. Going to be Wesley Womack to start things off. He doubled in the first, came around to score a run. Saints won 17 in a row at one point this season. And the last month and a half or so kind of been a little bit up and down for them, though. Although they do have 5 wins in their last 7, including a victory midweek this week against Embry-Riddle at home. But that early portion of the season, they were looking like probably the best team in the Peach Belt Conference. And then a big sweep at Young Harris. That hurt them a bit. Then they dropped 2 or 3 to a tough Columbus State squad in the conference. So they've come back to earth a little bit, but still hanging on to the 3 spot in conference play. Sky to left. Lawler fading to his right. He will grab that one. So a little trouble there on the fly. 1 down, and Maddox at the plate now. Logan Maddox, all-region outfielder, Gold Glover, couple-time all-conference. He's actually academic all-district as well. So complete package up there is Logan Maddox. Got hit by a pitch his first trip? No, he walked. I take that back again. He got a single. Got a single and then advanced on a pass ball. I was having trouble reading my own notes here. So 1 for 1 is Logan. Got stranded at third base at the end. No, actually he did score a run. That's right. Let's get him in there. Run scored for him. So 1 for 1 with a run scored as he skies one to the right side, back and out of play. Over there on the softball diamond. More action tomorrow. Got a doubleheader of baseball starting at 1 o'clock, but the softball squad will already be in action at that point. Doubleheader at noon. Going to be Saints and Bobcats at both diamonds tomorrow. 1 and 2 the count here as Maddox comes up empty. So a noon start for softball, 1 o'clock here for baseball. 4 total ball games here on West Campus. Then he also got senior day for Georgia College tennis. That starts at 1 o'clock against USC Aiken. Count evened out now at 2 and 2. So a full slate of action as virtually every spring sport is here at home tomorrow. The only one that's not is the golf squad that's down at that Peach Belt tournament at Flagler. The slow kick and the 2-2 and on the fist, and Maddox puts a good charge into it, but it will drop down in the bullpen for the Cats. Came inside on it, and Logan tried to hold up on that bat head through the zone, but he got just a bit out in front of it. Interesting delivery from Ashworth. He's got kind of a little bit of a hesitation every once in a while to throw off the timing of the hitter. Very crafty. It's good use of the word crafty by me as well. Let's get crafty right there. Oh, crafty lefty, yeah. 2-2 pitch, and that one's bouncing in the left-hand batter's box, 3 and 2. A lot of backhand work from Moore there behind the dish. Come up gold on a couple of tries there. 1 down, and a payoff pitch is due to the Bobcats' top hitter, and Logan Maddox. Here it comes. Swung and chopped to the right side. It's Anderson coming up with that one on a 1-hopper. He'll touch the bag for out number 2. So, a little late on the swing there on the fastball, and he couldn't quite scoot that one through the right side. 2 down, bases empty for Nate Schmall. Schmall flew out to the third baseman in the first. Kind of dampened the run for the Bobcats. They had the home run, a double, and a single right back to back, and then Schmall skied one that sort of slowed us down a little bit. We still were able to pick up 2 more runs, but that stemmed off a little bit of the momentum. Pitch taken for a strike by Nate. Again, Nate, the Peach Belt Conference leader in batting average, coming in at .452. Big Nate from Cumming, Georgia. Outside. And it's 1-1. Nate has played outfield, second base, caught. Been a very busy guy for the Bobcats. A 1-1, and that bounces up there 2-1. Small transfer from Chattanooga State Community College. All that moving around that he's done defensively. And Schmall only has 3 errors on the entire season. 2-1 pitch, and that one's outside, 3-1. Bobcats, their most productive inning is yet to come. Typically the 6th inning, score some runs. 56, that's the most of any particular inning for GC baseball on the year. Sky to the left side. This will be in play. Might be in fair territory, too. The left fielder, Lawler, calls everybody off and makes the play there for out number 3. Came off the end of the bat of Schmall, and he is retired on the fly out. So 1-2-3, go the Cats in the 3rd. Let's go to the 4th. Georgia College trailing by 1. It's 4-3 here at John Kurtz Field. Be right back with more Bobcat baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, we're back to action here. We got the top of the 4th. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Saints. DePuglia, the shortstop, to start things off, comes in on a fist, and he fouls it back to the fence. The shortstop singled last time up, drove in a run with that as well. He's up to 25 RBI here on his season. Stephen DePuglia, the junior from Cooper City, Florida, and a transfer from Division I Western Kentucky. And he takes a look at a strike there. He's deep in the hole, 0-2. DePuglia. Thank you, Sam. Hilltoppers wants me to let everybody know. I thought you were only high school mascots. Flared to right and hit actually pretty well, as Stallings has to backtrack a bit to eventually get to that one for out number 1. Tough play there, calling the got to battle the sun a bit. That's the right side. We got the sun setting. This is prime time to be trouble for the defense on the right side. Until that sun sets, it's going to be tricky. Daig, the center fielder, singled and drove in a run in the 2nd inning. So he's 1 for 1. That was just his 3rd RBI of the season as he's seen some limited action. Sky to the right side. Miller calls everybody off, and he does get it just barely in fair territory. Matt had to cover a little bit of ground there and caught it fading back toward the foul line.
Number 39, Ethan Kraut.
2 flyouts, and that brings up Ethan Kraut. Now, Kraut has had some trouble today. He's 0 for 2, but he did drive in a run with his fielder's choices last time up to 20 RBI from the leadoff spot for him. Kraut's one of the better ones in this lineup for sure. Wouldn't be surprised if he pulls in all conference honors this year. So Kraut wears number 39. Very interesting. You don't see that very often. Big high number for the second baseman. Junior from Jacksonville, Florida, and Tallahassee Community College. Might probably in his first year for Dave Barnett and the gang down there in Saints country. Low and away, and we got a 3-0 count as Charlie has fallen behind Kraut here. Kraut dangerous from the stolen base standpoint, so look out if he gets on the base paths, and he will do just that. Misses outside with ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk is the second free pass of the game for Hecht, but the first walk, the other one was a hit batsman. So the the right fielder Dylan Reed will dig in now. Reed 1 for 2, a single and a ground out. Bluff of a run there by Kraut. Very strange as he was hopping over there at first base. Active on the base pad, just a very awkward approach there. I don't know if maybe he made a last-minute decision to change his mind there. Dylan Reed, the junior from Jacksonville and Santa Fe Community College. A lot of newcomers to this offense for the Saints. Not going, and that one actually, okay, so the batter was given time before that delivery, and that's why Charlie was so far off the mark as that one hit the backstop on the fly. So no pitch there. As the count will remain 0-1 to Reed. A little bit late on the call there for the time for the batter. 0-1. And that's poured in there for a strike. Charlie doing a good job working the edges, and Percy really helping him out behind the dish as well, as he's curling the edges of those fastballs to yank him back in the zone. Now ahead 0-2. Do you maybe go with a breaking pitch or off speed here? Let's see. Lost the handle on that one. It stays outside. Tried the backdoor breaking pitch perhaps. Maybe the slider there. I don't know. 2 down and a 1-2 count with a runner on first here in the top of the 4th. Runner bluffs a go. Big cut and a miss from Reed, and Charlie gets him on strikes. That's 5 whiffs on the ball game now for Charlie Hecht. So Bobcats leave one more runner out there. That's 4 total in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th as it's Purcell, Stallings, Green to hopefully supply the game's tying run. Down 4-3. Let's go. Brandon Purcell leads the offensive charge for the Bobcats here in the 4th inning. Percy, a 4-year starter for the Bobcats, was the DH as a freshman, playing behind All-American Steve Hazel there behind the plate. And then each of the last 3 seasons has been your everyday catcher. Great career for Brandon Purcell. Grabs the outside Black for a strike. All-conference second-team catcher a year ago was Brandon. I believe a preseason All-PBC pick this year. And that one bounces up there. It's 1-1. Purcell with the bases empty, a 302 hitter on the season. 1-1, yank foul.
That's exactly right. Come off older than you are.
Purcell's first trip, a single. Drove in a run there. Here comes the 1-2, bounces off the plate, 2-2. Brandon in home games hitting .323 on the season. Looking for his first home run at home, though. 15 RBI for him. .354, though, in Peach Belt Conference contests. He's driven in 24 in PBC games. That is second on the team behind the team's RBI leader overall in Maddox. So Percy getting it done when it matters most against those conference opponents. Payoff pitch is due to the Bobcat catcher. It's low and away, ball 4. So Brandon works himself a walk here to start off the 4th inning. To some applause from the Bobcat faithful. It's the second free pass of the game, but the first walk given up by Ashworth. And Brant Stallings will dig in. Doubled his last trip up. Drove in his 26th run in the process as well. Brant got the opportunity to start just about a month ago, as he had kind of been in and out of the lineup, really a part of that really deep outfield for GC. But as soon as he got the starting opportunity, he has not let it go. And he rips a single to right field. Kind of came off the end of the bat for Stallings, but with enough muscle to plunk it into right. So he's 2 for 2. And Garrett Green will step in. Stallings now with 8 multi-hit games on the season. And Garrett Green, Bobcat third baseman with 2 runners on and nobody out. Might be a good time for a sac bunt here. Green flew to right his last time up. Well, taking a look at Garrett and his sacrifice opportunities on the season, he's only had 2 sac bunts. Team leader with 6 apiece. Well, I'm sorry, he's had 5 sac bunts. That leads the team. He takes a strike there. Yep, 5 sac bunts for Garrett Green is the team high. Oh, 0-1 to count here to the junior from Bogart, Georgia. First baseman Anderson is very far in here. If Garrett sends one that way with a swing, he might rearrange his teeth. Gets the bunt down. It is the first baseman Anderson with a sidearm throw to the second baseman Kraut covering. A successful sacrifice, his 6th of the season for Green. So that is a 3-4 sac bunt. Yep, 3-4 goes to put out. And it's the first out of the inning. Up to Brendan Howler to make something happen here now. 2nd and 3rd, and 1 down. Howler, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. The only strikeout victim thus far for Ashworth. Slightly open stance for him. A set here, and a toss to 3rd. Don't get him there. One down here in the bottom of the 4th, as Howler trying to bust this thing back in Georgia College's favor. Got the go-ahead run in scoring position. a senior from Gilroy, California. Hits a charge into this one to center field. That will be deep enough to score the run. Man, it looked hot off the bat of Howler, but the sacrifice fly will even it up. We're all tied up at 4. So the sacrifice fly is out number 2, but picking up his 15th RBI of the season is Howler. How many sacrifice bunts is that now for Brennan? Brennan with his second. No, that's just his first sacrifice fly. How about that? So back to the top of the order. Stallings still out there at second base. It's Cal Gentry. Gentry 0 for 1 officially. Got hit by a pitch. Hit well to right field. This could be trouble down in the corner. Fair ball. Extra bases. Brant Stallings comes in to score. Gentry checks into second base. Good piece of hitting there. As Gentry smacks a double into the fence in right field. RBI for Cal. Number 25 on the season. As it plates Stallings for a 5-4 Bobcat lead. Matthew Miller at the dish. 1 for 2, a couple of flies to right, and one of them went over the fence for a home run. Miller with power to all fields, and he takes a strike on the outside black. Miller with runners in scoring position, hitting .317 on the season. Puts a good rip on that one, just foul, down the third baseline. Got out in front of it and rocketed it down the third baseline. But now, with an 0-2 count on Miller, he's going to have to shorten up here a little bit. Matthew Miller. Bobcat first baseman digs back in that right-hand batter's box. Wide stance for him. Takes a look at one just off the outside edge. It's 1-2. That didn't miss by a heck of a lot. I'm surprised Miller didn't at least foul that one off. Miller, 27 RBI on the season, trying to add to it here. Good speed out there. If he can plunk one into the outfield, it'll score a run. And now Deuces Wild here at John Kurtz Field, as that one was off the outside edge. 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Look in here from Ashworth. And the 2-2. Chopped to short. Could be trouble there. DePuglia comes up and just gets him by a half step. Miller runs well for a big fella, but not quite well enough there, as that is the third out of the fourth. So Georgia College grabs 2 runs, takes the lead 5-4 on 3 hits. No errors. And we leave one out there. 4 in the books now. Georgia College up 5-4. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, let's roll on to the fifth inning here. Martello, Moore, and Anderson, that's 3, 4, 5, is due up for the Saints. Flagler with 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Georgia College, 5 runs, 7 hits, no miscues. As that one's fired in there for a strike by Charlie to start things off. Martello, the third baseman, is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs, 1 to third and 1 to second. Fastball just off the outside edge, couldn't get the call there, and it's 1-1. Swung on and hopped up for Gentry. Boy, did he cover some ground there, and a throw to first is in time. I thought that was a single off the bat there, but Gentry just had enough leather on the outstretched left arm to grab that one before it trickled through to center. So 1 down, another ground out there for Martello as he's working his way through the cycle of ground outs. 1 to third, 1 to second, and 1 to short now. All he's got is a tapper to first base in his next at bat. This is Moore, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of swinging strikeouts. Moore, dangerous bat. We mentioned it a couple times, but bears repeating. Lead the Peach Belt Conference in RBI with 52. And he's got 8 home runs as well. That is 7th in the conference. Moore is a dangerous bat. 1-1 here, though, as Charlie up until this point has had his number. That's a 1-2. Moore from Fort Myers and Estero High School. The junior skies one to the right side, will be foul. Will it stay in play? No, it will get out of play, as both Stallings and Miller give chase. Now that's the two right there you'd probably want with you in a dark alley, is Miller and Stallings there. You want to get those guys slaughter. They get off the bus first on the road trips just to put the fear of God into our opponents, I think. Yep, just 1, 2, 3 right off the bus. Goodness, big fellas over there. A lot of meat. Here comes a 1-2. Yanked foul as Moore got out in front of that one. One down, 1-2 the count. The base is empty. Here comes the pitch from Heck. Tap foul off the end of the bat and back to the fence. Couple of Peach Belt game action today. We got us, we got USC Aiken at Young Harris, and you got UNC Pembroke at North Georgia. All 3 are 6 p.m. starts. Skied foul, backing out of play again. Moore with a great battle here, as it seems like it's been 1 and 2 for about 3 or 4 pitches now. The kick and the 1-2 pitch just died. Moans and groans from the Bobcat umpires, but their opinion matters little on the subject, and it's 2-2. Guys, I'm going to preview it. Want to get you excited about it. Top of the 6th, your sock update coming up. Got on a missed. Moore got a little excited about the sock update as well as he goes down on strikes. 3 whiffing strikeouts for the toughest hitter in the Flagler lineup, as he got him on the off-speed pitch. Anderson now, who has been trouble, 2 for 2. A single and a double for him. Bank to right, had that single that fired through between short and first, and then that double corner. So Anderson's done a good job. He's got a run scored to his credit as well. Anderson, a redshirt freshman from St. John's, Florida, going to get on again. Look at that, bounding ball up through the middle, and that's 3 hits for the Flagler first baseman. 2 out single. Hopefully won't do any damage here. The left fielder Lawler digs in now. He's 1 for 2. Got a single and a strikeout. Also has scored a run. Lawler, sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida. to Spanish. Does that is? Okay. I thought that was the case. Outside, going to grab the corner for a strike. That's not what it is? Well, what's Boca? That's mouth? What is that? Mouth of the rat, maybe? Okay. I don't know. I didn't I danced past high school Spanish, so I can't bring that to the table. Outside, right now on the broadcast, I'm offending everyone in an entire city. That's what I'm doing right now. That's phenomenal. Sorry, folks down there in Boca Raton. I will apologize. I know it's a beautiful city. 1-1 pitch is outside. No, going to grab the corner for a strike. And it's 1-2 as Lawler will have to shorten things up a little bit here. Runner on first and 2 down. Saints got that tying run on the base pass. Trying to make something happen. Charlie got him swinging. Low pitch there. Looked like maybe the curved ball as Lawler was spinning around a bit out in front of it. And on the inning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Ks now for Charlie as we have 5 in the books. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we will go to top of the 5th. Bobcats up by a run. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, let's go to the bottom half of the 5th. Told you the top half when I left. I lied to you. It's the bottom half. As we roll our way, we're halfway through the game now. There you go. Bobcats up 5-4. Womack, Maddox, and Schmall, 2-3-4 up. We did this in the 3rd inning, and they went in order. Hopefully a little different this time. As Womack is 1 for 2, got a double, a run scored, also flew out to left field. Monroe, Georgia native is Wesley Womack. Peach Belt Freshman of the Year a couple of seasons ago, as he's a junior now. Was all conference as an outfielder a year ago. Takes a strike there. Transfer from Georgia Perimeter, spent a redshirt season there. Womack tears up the right side pitching, 441 clip against righties as that one misses for a ball. With the bases empty, Wes also hitting 423, so doing a good job as a leadoff hitter. Was our leadoff hitter for a little bit last year, I think at the very beginning of the season. 1-1 pitch. That's hit well to center field, but it's going to be right at Daig, and he catches that one simply enough. Those ones are tough, though, those hot liners right at you in the outfield, as you feel like you got to move around, and Daig did a good job sticking with it. Logan Maddox is 1 for 2 with a run scored. He singled in the 1st and came around and then grounded out to the first baseman. Looking at Logan, his effort with the bases empty, 431 on the year. One down, and the base is empty here. Logan trying to get us going. Bobcats up by a run, trying to add to it. Ashworth doing a good job over the last couple innings. put up goose eggs in the second and third. Oh and 1 is laced through the right side for a single. Tried to do that in his last at bat. Was just a little bit late on it and send it right at the first baseman, but instead picks up a hit here. Hit number 8 for the Bobcats on the ball game. We got a one-out base runner for Nate Schmall. Schmall at the dish. He is 0 for 2. A couple of flies to the left side. One to the third baseman and one to the left fielder. Outside pitch, and it grabs the black for a strike. Maddox at first base can steal. Has done it from time to time. He is allowed. It is 8 of 9 on the year. Might be a good spot for one here. Try and get somebody in scoring position. We'll see. There he goes. Cut on a miss. The throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base for Logan Maddox. Oh, we got an interference call on the batter. Okay, so that is going to be retiring there. We got 2 out now, and Maddox will have to go back to first. Okay, so Brandon Purcell now at the plate with 2 down. Toss over to first. And back on his belly is Maddox. Got every reason to be concerned about him now, as he would like to get into scoring position for Purcell. Purcell 1 for 1 officially. He singled, drove in a run, and then walked and scored a run. Grabs the outside black, and it's 1 and 1. Tough pitch there for Percy. Good pitcher's pitch out of Ashworth, trying to stretch that outside edge a bit. And did so successfully there. Toss to first, and again, he is safe. Ashworth with 1 pickoff on the year. Opponents just 1 of 7 in stolen bases against him. Another throw over to first. That's a real good number against Ashworth. And against Moore, 19 successful stolen bases in 27 tries. This is hit well, but foul. Probably would have scored a run there if he could straighten that one out a little bit. So, back to first goes Maddox. It's a 1-2 count for the Bobcat catcher. Georgia College up by a single run here in the bottom of the 5th, trying to add to it. Toss over to first, and Maddox gets the uniform dirty again. Ashworth very concerned about that runner. Wonder if that's going to divide his attention here on this 1-2. Here it comes. Breaking pitch, low and away. And Deuce is wild here again at John Kurtz Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch to Purcell is tap foul right back to the fence. Just got underneath it. Had it timed pretty well right. But came up underneath. So another 2-2 pitch will come to Purcell. But not before another toss to first base. Back safely again is Maddox. Hogan gets a little bit of more of a lead there. Throw to the plate. Gets away from the catcher, the wild pitch, and Maddox will take second base. That one bounced up there a good, I don't know, about 3 feet in front of the plate as Ashworth lost the handle on it. So the wild pitch puts Maddox in scoring position, and now Purcell can double our lead with a single. Runners in scoring position. Purcell ups the batting average to 333. And he's got a payoff pitch due to him here with 2 down. Here it comes. And that's low and inside, ball 4. Tough walk there. That's consecutive walks for Purcell, as he is the only player to have walked against Ashworth. So you got runners on first and second now with 2 down for Brant Stallings. Stallings has a double and a single, an RBI, and a run scored today. As Brant has been busy. 26 RBI on the season. Got a couple more ducks on the pond here. Low and away to start off the junior from Buford. Center fielder playing roughly a little shy of the fence there. Again, respecting the power of the big fella in the right-hand batter's box. 1-0 pitch is hit to short sharply. Going to get the one at second base. That's all they needed on the fielder's choice for the final out. So Stallings can't come up there to get the insurance run. 5 in the books. It's still 5-4 Bobcats. We will head to the top of the 6th here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. It is the top of the 6th here at John Kurtz Field. For the Saints, it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up. That starts with Peck, the designated hitter. Peck got hit by a pitch and struck out swinging in his 2 trips. So 0 for 1 officially. So that pitch misses low and away. Start off the Saints DH. Jimmy Peck, a catcher by trade. Sophomore from Sebring, Florida, and Sebring High. 1-1 pitch. Lace foul back to the fence. Garrett Green right on the line there. Got a little bit of a shift on against Peck. Has a big hole through the left side to work with between Gentry and Green. 1-2 pitch. Did he offer at it? No, he did not. Didn't quite break those wrists, says the umpire down the first base line. So it will stay, or it'll move to 2-2 now. 2-2 from Heck, swung on and missed. And Peck goes down on strikes for the second time today.
Shortstop Steven DePuglia.
7 strikeouts now. Actually, no, that's 8. 8 whiffs for Charlie Hecht. DePuglia, the shortstop, 1 for 2, an RBI single, run scored, and then a fly to right. It came in the second inning for the Saints shortstop. That's poured in there a little bit low, so DePuglia starts off with a ball. Saints have left 5 runners on base thus far and haven't had a ton of extra opportunities. What was that compared to for the Cats? Yeah, same number, 5. So both teams doing pretty well with their opportunities. Hecht, 2-0, tap foul back to the fence, got just underneath it. Had it timed out pretty well. So 2-1 to count with 1 down. And here it comes. Swung on and missed. And a 2-2 count. One down, bases empty. Again, still have that shift on with the third baseman right on the line. Foul back and out of play. 2-2 the count. Got him played to the opposite field, a little bit in the outfield as well, as Stallings is shallow and tight on that right field line. Howler pretty deep and left. Tap foul, staying alive as he sends that one down into the plate. 2-2 the count with 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Hecht with the kick and the 2-2 pitch. A little bit low with that fastball. And the count runs full here. Again, more moans and groans from the Bobcat umpires. Here comes that 3-2 pitch, foul back and out of play. So DePuglia battling here. 9 pitch at bat. I think he had him 1-2. Fouled off a couple and has worked his way back in here to a full count. Hecht with a look in, and here comes another payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off again. Great effort here from the number 8 hitter in the Saint order. Not going down without a fight. And Charlie not giving any inch here either as well. Payoff, and it's a slow roller to short. Could be trouble. Gentry comes up firing. Didn't get him. Oh, just shy. As Gentry throwing on the run. Very tough play there for the Bobcat shortstop. And it'll be an infield single for DePuglia. The hit is the 8th of the ball game for Flagler, a 1-out base runner. And that'll give me time to give you the sock update, folks. I almost forgot about it. Okay, so we got the outfield, folks. The Howler over in left has no socks showing, but center and right do. And then in the infield, look at this. We've got all the socks showing. We got uniformity in the infield once again. Back behind the plate, no socks showing for Purcell and no socks for Hecht on the mound as well. That is your sock update brought to you by absolutely nobody. 6th inning favorite here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. That sock update. I know you were waiting for it. So no socks for Howler, Hecht, and Purcell. That's all we got. Came inside, and it gets away from Purcell. That one's a tough one. I thought it was a foul ball. Gosh, I think that was catchable, Reed. You going to go pass ball there? Yeah? Okay, let's go pass ball on that one.
Okay.
That'll move DePuglia down to second.
That was his 110th pitch.
So DePuglia at second base now on the pass ball. One down, runner in scoring position for Daig, who is 1 for 2. He singled in a run and then flew out to Miller at first base. Hecht with the 1-0. Daig was trying to sacrifice bunt, move that guy over, and we wouldn't take the out. Instead, the pass ball slid him over. Just missed inside. Not getting the edge calls now is Hecht, as we're up to 108 on the pitching count. And it looks like 108 on it, so it's getting late for Charlie here in the sixth. All those strikeouts will start to rack up some numbers. This one is a line drive, going to get down in right field, and it will score the run. Extra bases potentially. Brandt will come up firing, and it's a little bit shy. As getting in there with a double is Daig. He's got 2 hits in the ball game, and we're all tied up at 5. Daig with his 4th RBI of the season. He's got 2 in this game now as we get back to the top of the order, and Kraut.
Right now it's not because the pass.
Bobcats have an arm working. That's Bradley Kamak in the Georgia College bullpen.
Hit that would have not then we'll change it to a home run.
Second baseman Ethan Kraut.
So
Now,
runner on second here
because he'd be at third base.
for Kraut, the second baseman. What's he done today? He is 0 for 2 officially, walked, drove in a run on a fielder's choice. Purcell heads back out to the mound. Have another conversation with Charlie. I think we're trying to buy a little bit more time for Kamak to get warm. What's the pitch count at there, Reed?
He's at like 115.
Let's check it out there. 111 with 76 strikes. And here comes head coach Jason Eller as he makes the slow walk out to the mound. So Eller talking things through with his defense. He's got everybody in there, and he's directing this conversation at everybody. I don't think he's talking specifically to Hecht here, as he's trying to get a gauge on this pivotal point, really, in this ball game potentially. And it looks like Hecht is going to stay out there. So Charlie's ball game in a pretty crucial spot. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. A speedy runner in Daig here with 1 down. Kraut, the second baseman, is a tough hitter. Top 10 in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average. And Hecht working from the stretch with the runner on second. Here it comes. A little fastball outside for a 1-0 count. First game of a Peach Belt Conference series between these two squads. Got a doubleheader tomorrow at 1 p.m. to finish it up. And try and get them in before that rain comes on Sunday. Toss to second, bounces in there. And Gentry knocks it down nicely. Good idea, as it looked like they had Daig leaning a little bit. Lights taking full effect now here at John Kurtz Field. And here comes a 1-0, skied to center field. It's shallow. Maddox back, Gentry. Gonna be Maddox on the run to squeeze that one for the out. Helps to have that speedy center fielder like Logan Maddox. 2 down now. Runner stays put at second base. It's right fielder Dylan Reed. Now Reed today is 1 for 3. He struck out in his last at bat. Has a single in the middle there and a ground out to second to start things off. Reed, the right fielder. Big spot here with 2 down in the go-ahead run. Standing on second base. Hecht with the first delivery, up and away. Ball 1. Been trying to work these last 2 hitters outside a little bit and been off the edge some. Crowding the plate, these Flagler hitters. That seems to be part of the approach for the Saints. 1-0. Again, too far off the edge. Swung on, and that will get down into left field. Trouble there. Holler cuts it down. Here comes a fire to second base. Not in time. An RBI double for Reed, and the Saints take the lead here in the 6th. So that scores Daig. It is now 6-5. Flagler out in front. And Frankie Martello, the third baseman, digs in. Reed, the RBI for him. That moves him to 26 on the season. And that's going to be the end of the day for Charlie Hecht. So we're going to get a pitching change here in the 6th with 2 outs. We'll be right back to tell you more about the reliever here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, got our first call to the bullpen of the contest here today. Going to be Bradley Kamak as he makes his 16th appearance, and 15 of them have been out of the bullpen. An 8-1 record, 2.31 on the ERA. He's got 4 saves, 50 and 2/3 innings pitched, 46 hits, 14 runs, 13 of them earned, 19 walks and 67 strikeouts against the right-hander. As Kamak has posted a .240 opponent batting average. And that one fouled back by Martello, the third baseman. Martello 0 for 3. He's got he's working his way through the cycle of groundouts. Got the 1 to third, to second, to short. Gonna try and get that elusive ground out to first. Finish off the cycle. So Bobcats bring in Kamak. Best reliever out of the pen for sure for GC. Had a start last weekend. Actually picked up a win and a save in the series with Lander. 1-1 the count. Apparently, how's he doing on inherited runners? I don't know if I've got that. Yeah, I think that's in my report here. So Bradley's out there with a 1-1 count. Runner on second. Georgia College trailing for the first time since the second. Couple of crooked numbers for Flagler, and they're out in front 6-5. Swung on, hit well to left. Will it hang up for Holler? No. It comes off the edge of the glove for him. Gets down. The throw into second is a bit high. So back-to-back doubles, and it's now 7-5 for the Flagler Saints. Run comes in to score. The RBI for Martello on the year, his 25th. The double for Martello gives him 8 on the season, and with 2 down, it is now the catcher Moore, who has struck out 3 times today, 0 for 3. So that's going to close the book on Charlie Hecht, as that one fouled off. He's got 5 2/3 innings, gave up 7 runs. Have to check and see on the earned run aspect here, but he's got given up 10 hits. He fanned, gosh, it looks like 8 on the ball game. So that's what got that pitch count up so high, where Charlie had to come out here in the 5th. Also, of course, putting some runners up there. Charlie's runs, all 7 were earned. He had 1 walk and 8 strikeouts in 5 2/3 with 10 hits. So that closes the book on Hecht. Toss to Moore is outside. I think that's a wild pitch there. Okay, so we're going to advance Martello to third base. 2-1 to count here with 2 down. Georgia College down by a pair here. Got 4 trips left to the plate, though. But it's about time for that Flagler excellent bullpen to take over and maybe ride the rest of this thing out. We've got one arm warming up out there for the Saints. Skied back behind us, and we'll get Deuces Wild here again at John Kurtz Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on third here in the 6th. Kamak sets. 2-2 pitch is strike 3. Off the outside edge, but gets that call. And down on strikes goes Moore for the 4th time today. 4 strikeouts for Moore. As the Saints pick up 3 runs on 4 hits. Is that right? Yeah, 4 hits, including a couple of doubles. That was really trouble there. 3 doubles. My goodness. 3 runs on 4 hits. No Bobcat errors, and they leave 1 out there on third. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. Saints back in front, 7-5. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Third baseman Garrett Green set to lead things off as the Bobcats trailing 7-5 here. There's a little bit more peach belt action than originally thought as some teams trying to get ahead of the rain coming in. First pitch strike to Green. He is 0 for 1 officially as a sacrifice bunt and a fly to right. Pitch in there for a strike. We got a 1-2 count for the junior third baseman as Garrett trying to get us going here. Big spot. Be nice to answer right back here in the bottom of the sixth. Off the outside edge, and it's 2-2 to Garrett. Got your out-of-town scoreboard here, brought to you by the Pickle Barrel Cafe and Sports Pub. Taking a look at things, we've got a final between Columbus State and Francis Marion. Bit of a surprise as the Patriots pull off the 8-7 upset, and that one caught just shy of the dugout. The foul fly for out number 1. And that'll bring up Brendan Howler with one down and the base is empty. Howler is 0 for 1 officially. He struck out and then hit it sacrifice fly. So a surprise there is Francis Marion beats Columbus State. And then another final, Southwestern, Georgia Southwestern 7 and Lander 6. So a win there for the Hurricanes. Two other games in play as Young Harris is on top of USC Aiken 5-2 in the 7th. And UNC Pembroke holds a 1-0 lead over North Georgia in the 8th inning up there in Dahlonega. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Pickle Barrel Cafe and Sports Pub here in the Hobby Lobby Plaza in Milledgeville. Pitch outside. Got a 1-1 count here for Howler. Brendan looking for his first hit of the day. This will be a good time to get that. Senior from Gilroy, California. A little bit late on that offer, and he fouls it back to the left side. 1-2 for the Georgia College left fielder. Howler takes a look at one, and it trickles across the edge for strike 3. So Howler goes down on strikes looking there. Second strikeout of the day for Howler. Second strikeout for Ashworth as well. 2 down here in the 6th. Cal Gentry with the bases empty. Gentry doubled home a run his last trip. He's 1 for 2. Also been hit by a pitch. Ashworth. Long look in for him. Here comes the first offer to Gentry, and it's in there for a strike. Cal, the sophomore, moving over to shortstop this season after being the everyday third baseman a year ago. 0-1. Going to grab the outside black for a strike 2. Tough pitch. Good pitcher's pitch there from Ashworth as he's getting those edges. Just continues to stretch both sides of the plate. Outside to both hitters. Lefties and righties. That one bounces up there. And 1-2 now the count for Cal Gentry. Gentry an All-American a year ago. All-Conference. Freshman of the year in the Peach Belt Conference. Kind of hard to lead a conference in batting average and not be freshman of the year. Back to the pitcher, knocked down by Ashworth, and a one-hop toss over to first Nice job there by Anderson to stick with it. As that was a tough play all around. Should have been a single slapped up the middle. But the Saints came up with a defensive play. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left as we have 6 in the books now. It is 7-5 Flagler. We'll be right back with more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Okay, going to be the top of the 7th for you here at John Kurtz Field. Got Flagler back to the plate with Anderson, Lawler, and Peck. I believe that's going to be 5, 6, 7 in the Saint lineup. Couple of hits here. He's got 3 for Anderson. 2 singles and a double. He's got a run scored as well. Good effort from Anderson to really spark this offense a bit. 0-1, a little bit late on that one as well, as that's fouled up on the hill. So 0-2 the count. This is the first time that Anderson has faced Kamak, though. Pitch. Off the fist, and it'll be flared into left for another hit. 4 for Anderson as he takes a tough pitch inside and muscles it off the fist in there for a single. So 4 hits, 3 of them singles. Runner on first and nobody out for Sean Lawler, the left fielder. Lawler is 1 for 3 with a single run scored and then has struck out twice since. Another strikeout would be awful nice right here. Fastball, and it slides in there for a strike. Set here, Kamak, and it's one outside there. Kamak delivers a fastball up. Lost the handle on that one. So 2-1 to count here to the left fielder for Flagler. Bluffs a run over there at first as Anderson. He holds up and it's fouled off 2-2. Taking a look at Anderson and the stolen base attempts for Aaron Anderson. He does not have one on the year so far, so not much to worry about over there. But he's active, dancing around a little bit. Divide the attention of Kamak. Bradley with another 2-2 pitch. Swung a miss, struck him out. Went up the ladder on him and got his second strikeout of the day. First out here in the 7th. Finished the 6th with a strikeout looking to more and fouls that up with one here. So that brings up the designated hitter, Jimmy Peck. Peck is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, and he also got hit by a pitch and scored a run. And a first pitch strike there for Peck. Kamak sets, kicks and fires, and skied to center field. Shouldn't be much trouble for Maddox. Fading to his right into left center as he grabs that one for out number 2. 2 down and a runner on first for the shortstop, DePuglia. DePuglia is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He's scored 2 runs and driven in another. Busy day for Steven. Couple of singles for the shortstop. Tough hitter here in the 8 slot. Skied one to the right side. Maddox again, maybe. Right center, and he will get to it for out number 3. Big flies there that hang up nicely for Maddox to finish off the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Stretch time here at John Kurtz Field as Miller, Womack, and Maddox do up. We'll be right back with more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Let's head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We've got Miller, Womack, and Maddox due up in this inning. Matthew Miller with a home run in the first, and since then a fly out to right and a ground out to short. Miller charged with trying to get the offense started here in the 7th. Bobcats down by 2. Georgia College picked up 3 in the first, and then Flagler answered with 4. Bobcats got back out in front in the 4th with a couple of runs. And then Flagler answered a couple innings later with a 3 spot for a 7-5 lead. Chop to the left side, or right side, I'm sorry. Going to be a 3U on the put out there as Anderson touches the bag before Miller does. One down for Wesley Womack, a double, a run scored, and then a pair of flyouts, 1 to left and 1 to center. Put a pretty good charge into both of those flyouts. As Womack 1 for 3. Here it comes. On the outside, Black for a strike. Womack, the designated hitter for the Bobcats today. That one bounces up there, going to be a 1-1 count. And it's 1-1 here. Young man from Monroe, Georgia. Tap foul right off the very end of the bat. It rolls down the third baseline. Womack, 435 hitter here at home. A home run, 15 driven in for him here at the Kurtz. 466 in home ball games. And he'll go down on strikes there. Going to be the third strikeout of the ball game for Ashworth. 2 down for Logan Maddox. Maddox a single, pair of singles actually. 2 hits, 2 for 3, and a run scored. So Maddox with those numbers is 19th multi-hit game of the year. That leads the team by a pair now. And he takes a strike to start off from Ashworth. Ashworth seems to be getting stronger as this ball game goes along. Delivers one low and away. Got him up over 100 pitches now, looks like. 63 strikes. Kick in the 1-1. Maddox takes a look at one outside. It's 2-1. Logan had a great summer for the Savannah Bananas this past year. Made the all-star team in that wooden bat collegiate summer league. Skied foul out of play to the right. Year before, I think he was up in Wisconsin at the league up there and also made the all-star team for that squad. So a couple of great summers for Logan. Deuce is wild here at Kurtz Field. The 2-2 pitch is low. Yeah, a lot of words on the mantle for Logan Maddox. A couple of all-conference honors and all-region effort, as well as that big gold glove a season ago. Payoff pitch, right back up the middle, and it'll carry through. A single for Maddox, his 3rd hit of the ball game. And maybe a little bit of 2-out magic from the Cats. Let's see.
Second baseman, number 7, Nate.
Logan now with 11 games at 3 hits or more on the season. Nate Schmall steps in. And time called by the catcher there, as he'll regroup things with his pitcher Ashworth. And that's going to be it for Ashworth. So the chopper up the middle will bring a close to the right-hander's day. What a great effort for him. We'll take a break and tell you about the new hurler when we come back here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Okay, folks, that call to the bullpen brings in Ethan Jones, probably your Peach Belt reliever of the year. A first-team all-conference back for sure here. This is a good one. 18 appearances now for him. He's got 5 saves. This would be a save situation if he finishes this out. A 5-0 record, a 1.41 ERA, 44 2/3 innings pitched. Just 30 hits against him. Doesn't allow hits, and that helps. 8 runs allowed and 7 of them earned. 15 walks to 34 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 192 against the right-hander, Ethan Jones. He's a sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida, and West Orange High School. Got him at 5'11 and 195. He is a good one. Leader in the Peach Belt Conference in ERA. And this is not where the Bobcats wanted to be, trailing, getting into this stellar bullpen for the Saints. So Nate Schmall will dig in. He is 0 for 3. A couple of pop-outs, and then he had that interference call at the plate on the stolen base attempt by Maddox. Grab the outside black for a strike. Jones looks to bring it up there, pretty good speed. That popped the mitt pretty well. Maddox, the 2-out base runner over there at first. Schmall, leading hitter in the Peach Belt Conference coming into this contest, and that one bounces off the plate. It's 1-1. Outfield pretty deep for Schmall. Chance at first to third for Maddox if he can drop a single out there, but a pitch again off the edge of the outside half there. As the Saints have been doing such a masterful job on the edges, particularly outside to both left-hand and right-hand batters, so flipping that side of the plate. Going to try and stretch it a little bit more here, it looks like. Schmall goes out and gets it, drops it into right field for a single. Kicks off the glove of the right fielder, Reed. And taking the extra bag there will be Maddox. Throw gets away on the cutoff. Now the relay, no throw to the plate. Going to be a couple of errors on the Saints there. You get one on the fielding and then another one on the throw, I guess. Is it same guy twice? Oh, dear. That's a rough play there for Reed as the run comes in to score, and it's 7-6 now. Bobcats trail by 1. So a single, and then an E9 to get him over there, and then another E9 on the throw. 2 errors on the same play. My goodness. Schmall at second base, now Purcell. So that's the tying run in scoring position for Brandon Purcell. He's 1 for 1 with a RBI and a run scored. He's also walked twice. Pitch misses outside. So that's one way to take advantage of the toughest pitcher in the Peach Belt Conference ERA-wise. Hit well by Purcell. Oh, my. Well out of here. Up over top of the scoreboard and gone. Holy cow, my goodness, got every bit of that pitch. And the Bobcats have an 8-7 lead. Greeting the best pitcher in the Peach Belt Conference ERA-wise rather rudely are the Bobcats. Brandon Purcell, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, did he get all that one. There was a home run earlier this year from Stallings that dropped into, I think, the sand volleyball court we have out there. I think that one might have been longer. That was a moonshot up above the lights and eventually came down on the other side of the scoreboard in left center. Holy cow. 2 RBIs now. And 3 in the ball game as Purcell blasts that ball out of here. Brandon on the year now, 3 home runs and 35 driven in. Brant Stallings, a double, a single, and then a fielder's choice. He's 2 for 3. RBI and a run scored. Wow. Jones maybe a little rattled here as he bounces that one into the backstop. 1-0 the count to Stallings. Jeez Louise, that was hit well. Went outside again, and Stallings rolls that one foul. Didn't get a good piece of it, and it's 1-1. Multi-hit game for Purcell. Multi-RBI game as well. Percy's up to 13 multi-hit games and 6 multi-RBI contests on the year. Stallings with the 2-1, tried to check his swing. Does he hold up again there? No, this time he goes around. So Deuce is wild here at Kurtz Field. Once again, base is empty. A 2-2 pitch is due to Brant Stallings. Went outside, gets away from the catcher. Might be close at first as Brant running down there, and it is not. So that's a strikeout swinging. The first strikeout for the reliever, Jones. And gosh, did they greet him rather rudely with the single and then an RBI. Run came in on an error, and then the 2-run blast off the bat of Purcell, and the Bobcats lead it 8-7. All right, folks, we'll be back with the 8th inning in what has been a rather exciting one here at John Kurtz Field. More to come in just a moment. Daig, the center fielder, to lead things off, and he's had a great ball game in the 9 slot. Went 2 for 3 with a single, a double, 2 driven in, and a run scored. Really done a great job charging the offense as they flip over to the top. We'll see if he can do that here in a leadoff spot. And that's poured in there for a strike by Kamak. Now, Kamak, this is the first time that Daig has faced him, as he's got 3 hitters here who will be looking at Kamak for the first time ever, as this is tipped foul off the, looked like it might have been the glove, maybe the mask of Purcell back there behind the dish. And a deep in the hole now is 0-2 here for Daig. Daig from Tampa, Florida, in Sickles High School. He's a freshman. And he went with the low outside pitch, a bit too far off the edge, as that probably would have hit a left-hand batter. Whew. Wow, a lot going on in that last inning. Goodness gracious, got the play with 2 errors on it, and then foul with a big home run. There's strike 3 as Purcell came out of the crouch and was waiting for that call. He almost flipped the ball down to third base without hearing from the umpire first. So that's 1 down. It is the 3rd strikeout of this relief outing for Kamak. And we'll go back to the top of the order now in Kraut. Let's see what's Kraut done today. He is 0 for 3 officially. Got an RBI, though. He also reached on a walk. So a couple of flyouts and then a fielder's choice eventually came around to score. Long conversation there with the head coach, Dave Barnett. Now, Barnett, I was looking at his stuff. He's been the head coach down there for 31 seasons for the Saints. All-time winningest coach, of course, as he's done a great job down there for Flagler. Always a perennial power. And that is up and in to start off Kraut. Now, Kraut's a good one. He's getting in the top 10 in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average coming into this ball game. Tough lefty. Open stance for him, leans back a little bit, and now comes in, and there's a strike. So 1-1 to count here for Kraut as he faces Kamak for the first time in his career. So Kamak, I'm sorry, he is in his first year with GC. That one fouled back. Kamak, Soperton, Georgia native, and a transfer from South Georgia State College. Soperton, I believe, down there near Valdosta State. 1-2 pitch. Cut on a miss. Did not expect the fastball there, did Kraut. And he was not ready for it at all. He was thinking off speed, and instead it's the fourth strikeout of the game for Kamak. Dylan Reed at the plate. He's got 2 hits and 4 trips, a run scored and an RBI. He doubled home a run in his last at bat in the 6th. 2 down, the base is empty. Came inside, almost hit Reed. Reed, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida, Santa Fe College transfer. Kamak delivers the 1-0. Up and away. Green made the shift over there at third base once again. He was playing a normal third base position and now is guarding the line. Miller guarding the line as well. Trying to prevent against doubles, I guess, here with 2 down. Pours in a fastball for a strike just off the black. Kamak taking advantage of that outside edge here against the lefty hitter. Time called at the plate as Reed wants a couple more practice swings. 2-1 to count here with 2 down, and the base is empty. Top half of the 8th, and the Bobcats up 8-7. Late on the swing, going to foul it up on the hill. That's going to 2-hop a truck tire out there. And deuces wild here again at John Kurtz Field. 2-2 pitch. And that's low.
I was playing a golf match in high school. And,
Full count
all 4 of us had teed off.
with Reed.
And me and my partner were walking ahead. And the other team didn't tell us he was teeing up another ball. And we were like,
Here comes the 3-2 pitch. In on the fist, going to roll it to Miller. He gloves, underhand flip to Kamak. He'll step on the bag for out number 3. So Bradley involved in all 3 outs in that inning. Couple of strikeouts and then a ground out there. They go in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Bobcats up 8-7, trying to add to it. Going to be Green, Howler, and Gentry due up. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Hopefully the last trip to the plate for the Bobcats, because that would mean a Georgia College victory. As Green, Howler, and Gentry due up. Garrett Green is 0 for 2 officially. A fly to right, sacrifice bunt, and then his last trip a foul fly, just barely in front of the Flagler dugout as Anderson tracked it down as he was headed toward that area. Green takes a look at the new reliever Jones for the first time, and he takes a look at one outside for a ball. Garrett transfer from Division I USC Upstate. 1-0 pitch. And that is hit sharply to short. Going to hop up on DePuglia. He will fire out Green over at first base. 6-3 put out there for 1 down. And that'll bring up Brendan Howler. Howler is 0 for 2. Does have a sacrifice fly today for his 15th RBI of the year. A couple of strikeouts wrapped around that, though. Last one was a looking strikeout in the 6th. In on the fist and yank foul as Jake Sandlin evades that ball. Hot shot down to foul territory. Jake with those cat-like reflexes over there. 0-1 pitch. And came low and inside, almost offered at it. Was able to hold up on it.
On the field, there's like a line drive coming at him, and he decided like a hard hit ball. Everyone will just like stay still and just like let whatever happens happen.
1-1 pitch to Holler. Cut on and missed at the pitch in the dirt there. And it's 1-2. Evans does, or Jones, I'm sorry, I keep wanting to call him Evans, has this delay as well to his delivery. Kind of hovers a little bit sometimes on some of his pitches, so to mess with the timing of the batter, pretty effective stuff. Both pitchers today have done that. 2-2 count here to Brendan Holler. The big fella from California trying to put a charge into one. And he's going to roll it through the right side for a single. Brendan Holler's first hit of the day. And it gives it a one-out base runner for the top of the order now. 11 hits for Georgia College on the contest. And Cal Gentry will step in.
The shortstop, number 6, Al.
Gentry officially 1 for 3. He's got a double and an RBI. Also reached on a hit batsman. His last trip, though, a ground out back to the pitcher. Hot shot that Ashworth knocked down. Skied to right. It is way up there. Reed with about enough time to read a small novel before that comes down. And that's 2 outs. That was up there pretty good up in the night sky. Holler heads back to first base, 2 down.
Matthew Miller.
For Matthew Miller. Miller is 1 for 4, but that one a big one. A home run in the first inning to right field. Since then, though, fly out, ground out, and then his last at bat was a ground out to the first baseman to start off the 7th. Pours a strike in there. Again, Miller also facing Jones for the first time. A couple more batters still left to do that. Jones, toss over to first base. Holler, I don't think much of a stolen base threat. I mean, he's a big guy, runs pretty well for his size. 1 of 1 on steals this year. My guess is that's probably the back end of a double steal. Swung on and missed. And Miller just missed that one as he put everything into that cut. Kick and a fire. Miller looks at it outside, and it's 1-2. Back-to-back, got a pair of Californians working here. San Diego at the plate and Gilroy out on first base. 1-2 pitch. Back outside again, 2-2. Another Deuces Wild here at Kurtzfield. Logan Howard working in the Bobcat pen, sort of milling about a bit. He was tossing some soft toss earlier. I don't know if he ever really got warming up, but if we need him, he may come in the 9th, but my guess is it's going to be Kamak. Time called by Miller at the plate. Matthew, big burly right-hander. With a 2-2 pitch due to him. Stepping off, and Jones will regroup here. Nobody working in Flagler's pen. Couple of guys walking around out there as well. 2-2 pitch. Nice breaking pitch there. Started in the middle of the plate and then darted down and away, and Miller was able to hold off. So the count runs full here to the Bobcat first baseman. As we have some type of bug in the press box.
We've never seen anything like that before.
It's a large one. And Reed is up on his chair like a sitcom female with a mouse in the house. I don't know what we're doing here, guys. This is some silly stuff. But while all that was going on, Miller is retired on strikes. So we will head to the ninth. Cats 3 outs away from starting off this 3-game set with a victory. Kamak going to do it. Up against 3-4 5 in Flagler's order. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are in the top of the ninth. Bobcats 3 outs away from a victory here. One skied back by Martello, the third baseman. What do we got here? 3 ground outs and then fouled that up with a double. It scored a run. He was the first batter against the reliever, Kamak. So he's the first one to face Bradley twice. 0-2 count to him, though. Here it comes. It's outside. 1-2. Swung on, lifted to center. Maddox with a lot of ground to cover. He does get to it. It hung up there just long enough for Logan Maddox for out number 1. So 1 down here. Jason Moore, the catcher, is 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. This is the best hitter in Flagler's lineup. Leads the Peach Belt Conference in RBI, and he has not made contact yet today. Yep, he's overdue, I would suppose, for something here. Came with the fastball up, just missed, and it's 1-0. Bradley, a very smooth delivery out there. Doesn't look to be overexerting and things. Just seems like a very natural moment, and then movement, and then the ball just fires out of his hand. Looked like maybe a slider there. I'm not sure, as that was stayed up a little bit. A lot of length to Bradley. The arms and legs and elbows just flopping around out there. He's a prototypical pitcher's body, tall and lanky. 2-0 pitch. It's cut on and missed. Got another prototypical pitcher's body next to me. We're doing the scorebook right now. We'll read Van Wert. Our GA was a standout for St. Bonaventure. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Right up the middle, and it will get through. Schmall with a diving attempt at it. He comes up empty. So a 1-out single as Moore does reach the base paths for the first time.
First baseman Aaron Anderson.
And this guy has been trouble for the Bobcats all day. Anderson is 4 for 4. He's got 3 singles and a double and just 1 run scored. So not much to show for a 4 for 4 day. But really need to find a way to retire this guy if we're going to keep this 8-7 lead. Big hole on the right side as we got to hold the runner on. And that one gets ripped foul back to the fence. 4 for 4, 3 singles and a double for Anderson. Double plate ball would finish it here. Set from Kamak. 0-1 delivery. tried to check his swing. I think the home plate umpire said he went around. Yep, I think it was off the edge of the plate, and the home plate umpire rung him up there. So it's 0-2 for Anderson with one down. Kamak swung on and skied to left. This is going to get down in front of Holler. He gloves it there, and we flip it in as another single here. And first and second now with one down. Tough spot here for Kamak. Runners on first and second. Going to get a pinch runner at second. That's Kenneth Gordon, the freshman from Babylon, New York, and Babylon High School. So he is running for Moore. That's Gordon out there. Where's Babylon? Do you know?
It's upstate.
It is upstate? I was thinking that was down near the city.
Outside of Syracuse, I want to say.
Okay. Thinking maybe Syracuse area. One down, and this is Lawler. He has struck out 3 times in a row. That first pitch, what do we do there? Off the edge? Yeah, okay, for a ball. Lawler singled and then has those 3 swinging strikeouts. One of those was to Kamak. 14 hits in the ball game now for Flagler. 2 singles in this inning. That one tipped foul off of the mask of Purcell. As the count goes to 1-1 to Lawler. Designated hitter Peck is on deck. Bobcats try to get an out here without these runners advancing. That would be awful nice. Kamak long look to second, the 1-1 pitch, and came in on the fist again. Fouled off of Purcell again. So 1-2 now as Purcell regroups back there. Shaking the cobwebs a little bit. They bring in Gordon, the pinch runner. Kenneth Gordon, no stolen base attempts on the year. He does have 1 run scored, appearing in his 8th ball game. He's only 0 for 5, though, so it must have been a lot of pinch running for Gordon. Up and away, and it's 2-2 here. Sean Lawler, the sophomore from Boca Raton and Boca Raton Community High. Kamak dips in for a 2-2, went with a breaking pitch, rolled to first base. We will get the out at first. Runners up, advance up 90 feet. So 2 down here for the designated hitter, Jimmy Peck. Tying run 90 feet away. Go-ahead run is at second base now for Peck. Peck is 0 for 3. Got hit by a pitch and scored a run. Then struck out again, and flew to center in his last at bat. That came in the 7th. Peck with long distance power, second on the team in home runs, and that first pitch misses outside. It's a big at bat here, of course. And everybody's starting to get up a little bit for the Cats, trying to make some noise, trying to get Kamak to close this thing out. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, missed. Big fastball, lower part of the zone, and Peck tried to golf at it. It is 1-1 here. The set, still working from the set with runners on second and third. The 1-1. Cut on a missed again, went off speed there. Fooled Peck, had him out in front. And the Bobcats are down to one strike here. One strike away from starting this series with a victory. Kamak sets. Here comes the 1-2, just a bit away. A little bit high, a little bit away, and now it's Deuces Wild here at John Kurtz Field. So Peck holds off on that tough pitch. Good eye on him, and here comes a 2-2. The set. Big breath out for Kamak. Here comes the fastball in on the fist and fouled directly back. Tried to challenge the big fella there. And it's off the fist. Now with 2 outs, runner able to go on contact. A single here would put Flagler ahead. Fans making some noise once again for Kamak. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch inside. Oh, ho, ho. Tough one there as Peck nearly pulled the trigger. It was a curveball that started on his hip and almost snapped into the zone. So now we're going to get a bit more drama here at Kurtz Field as the count runs full to the DH. Here comes the 3-2, swung on, lifted to center, trouble, as Schmall's got it, he hits the dirt, hits the turf and grabs it for the final out. Schmall goes back and gets it and seals the victory. What a good finish there for Georgia College. Come from behind a couple of times and eventually outlasted them for the win. So we've got Georgia College 8 runs on 11 hits, no errors. For Flagler, 7 runs on 14 hits with 2 errors. Bobcats improved to 28-8 on the year, 20-2 in the Peach Belt Conference. And Flagler will fall to 28-13, 15-7 in Peach Belt Conference play. The win will go to the reliever Kamak. He improves to 9-1 on the season. The loss also to the reliever Ethan Jones, his first loss of the year. He is now 5-1 on the year. Let's see. Zaxby's player of the game, let's give it to Brandon Purcell. Purcell goes 2 for 2. He reached all 4 times, had a single, and then a big 2-run bomb that turned the ball over here and gave us the lead in the 7th. Those go-ahead runs that eventually won the ball game. He scored twice, drove in 3. Brandon Purcell goes 2 for 2. He is your Zaxby's player of the game. All right, so we're back in action tomorrow on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Technically, we'll be starting first over at softball at noon, so you can catch that action over there. But baseball will also have a doubleheader, so if you're looking for the next baseball game, that is tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll bring you all the action there. Hopefully a Bobcat sweep, but we will see against this tough Flagler squad. We'll be back with you then. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and everybody have a good night.